Welcome to part 4 of the HMS Valiant build-up. On the last video we did leave a bit of a cliffhanger on the on some of the photo etch. I've got most of that done now, actually, to be honest. If we zoom the camera in a little bit, you'll be able to see just there that we've now got the mast built for the radar. We've just got a couple of bits left to go. I'll get a little pointy stick because these are so small that as soon as I put my finger near them it blocks them off. But this little bit just here has got some railings that need to go around the edge, so I need to get that on. That's a bit tricky. It took quite a while actually to get everything lined up on there and pushed into place. You know, you've just got to be so careful because the photo etch on this is just so delicate that the moment that you touch it you're going to start bending it. So I just need to get the photo etch put on that for the railings. I've also got a little bit of photo etch to put on this side of the radar mast, and I've also got another little bit of photo etch that needs to go on the front just up there as well. Once I've got those once I've got those 3 pieces on, that'll then be complete, and I'll be happy with that because that's been really tricky, that one. So I'm quite happy with the way that that's going at the moment. This whole thing does add so much detail to the ship that the plastic components never could. So it's always nice to have that detail, even though it has been a right royal pain in the backside to do. I mean, this bit from the starfish platform upwards has taken 2 solid days of work to do. That's part of the course though, I guess, you know, but it's been enjoyable, even though it does do your eyesight in a little bit. The other things that I've been doing as well, whilst I've been resting my eyes a little bit, let me just pull back out a bit. There we go. I have been working on the smokestack, and as we can see there, we've got the photo etch in place on the bottom rail, on the bottom platform. We've then got the railings on there as well, and then on the middle platform we've also got the railing on there, and there's also a top one that needs to go on there as well, which is photo etch, and then that also has a railing that needs to go around it as well, and then we also have a ladder that needs to go on top of that too. The actual top of the smokestack itself is basically this kit part here, but all of those inner parts need to be removed and the photo etch placed on top of it. I think there's about 16 pieces just to go on top of that, so that's going to take a little while to do. The other thing that I did get done, not much of an accomplishment really, to be honest. I managed to get the mast in place ready for all the bits that need to go on that as well, so that's been done. But it is still very much a case of slowly at the moment, until such time that we've got all of the fiddly bits done. And then once we got the fiddly bits done, it's not going to be quite so bad after that. Once we got the fiddly bits done, the rest of it's really going to pick up pace quite quickly. The painting stage to it isn't really going to take too long at all, I don't think. As I say, it's just all this photo etch which is taking the time, and the thing that we need to really take the time on too as well, just to make sure that we do get it right. But that's about it for the moment, guys. As soon as I have made some more progress to the photo etch, I will come back to you. Managed to get the front assembly done for the masts. That was quite tricky. Some of the photo etch on that is so small it's unbelievable. We've also managed to get the smokestack completely finished now with the upper deck and the ladders, and also the photo etch at the top of the ship. We've also started work on the mast as well. So we've got a little platform down there, and we've also got both of the parts added there. I mean, there's actually 4 parts there, believe it or not. So I'm still currently working on the Type 281 radar that goes on the top of there. And again, that's exactly the same as this one. So it's a bit fiddly and a bit tricky. And the platform for the rear of that one is actually slightly smaller than that as well. So, you know, that's causing me a few headaches too. But if we zoom in, we'll be able to take a look at the forward platform. So that's what that's actually starting to look like now. So since we was since the last little update we did, we got a further 2 parts on the front there. They're so small actually that at the moment you're just not going to be able to see them. Whether you can see them when they're painted or not, I'm not sure, to be quite honest. I mean, I can barely see them with the naked eye. We've also got the railings put up around the little box there, and we've also got a ladder that goes from this little platform all the way down to the starfish platform. Starfish platform has also been glued to the foremast as well. I haven't actually glued that part down yet to the forward superstructure. The reason being is that I need to paint the forward superstructure, I think about 3 different colours of grey. So I don't want that on there whilst I do the painting for the full structure, because I'm worried that that's going to get damaged if I do. Now the good thing is this whole section just gets painted in one colour, so I can paint that whilst it's off the ship, and then once I've got the full structure sorted out, I can then just glue it back in again. So it's not an issue there. Let me just pan back out again actually. There we go. So on the forward structure, we've got some photo etch that needs to go just there and just there for the railings, and it's exactly the same on the other side. Once I've got the whole of the forward structure painted, I'll then be able to mount the guns in place. I've also then got some not photo etch, I've got some more small plastic parts that go in the top section there as well, and there's also some more parts to the kit that go in this section here as well. So we're nearly there. Oh sorry, we've also got another little bit of photo etch that needs to go on the front there too. So still quite a bit of work to go for the forward structure before we can finally glue that in place. The middle structure, we've actually now got the smokestack completely finished. This is facing the wrong way around at the moment, but that's not glued in, so it's not a problem. So we just take this off so we can take a look. This again has been a little bit fiddly to finish off, but you can see there we've got the the upper deck put on, so that's looking good. We've also got that bit in the top as well. I'm not sure what that is, so if anybody who does know anything about ships, if you can let me know what that is, it'd be quite interesting to find out. As far as I'm concerned, it looks like a barbecue rack. So the things that we've got to do to this is we do need to put a light in on this side here, and then there's also another light that goes in there as well. They'll be put on pretty much for last, because I will need to actually paint the lenses white on those, so it's going to be easier to paint those whilst they're off of there. So the smokestack is ready for painting. We've also got the top part finished as well, and that's what that's looking like. that was quite tricky to do. There's about 16 parts just that go onto that top part. They're very thin and very fiddly, and unfortunately one of them did bend a bit, and unfortunately I can't get that kink out of it, even though I have tried. I've tried you know, I've done the annealing on it and everything, and I still cannot get it to actually go back straight, which is a shame. So that's that bit done. And then we've also got the rear mast started as well. So if we just zoom in a little bit to that, there you go, you can see that coming into focus now. So sorry, excuse me. So on this we've got the actual mast itself that was put in on the last update. We've got a little platform just there that's been put into place. We've also got these little masts here, so we've got that one there, and then we've got the one that's facing that way. It's a bit weird that they're angled like that. Not sure what the reasoning is behind why they were going like that. But again, if there's any sort of shipbuilders out there that know the answer to that, please let me know, because that'd be interesting to find out why they would do it like that. So with these two masks, there's 4 parts as well. I've also got another little platform that needs to be built and put on the top there, and then we also need the type 281 aerial to go on as well, which is exactly the same as this one here. So that's in the process of being built up at the moment. Once that's actually built and assembled and put onto the top of this, that will hopefully, keep fingers crossed, mark an end to all of the fiddly bits. I think. I'm not sure. I'd need to look. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly, I think it, I can't see any really small tiny parts like I've been dealing with on these parts here. But there is still a lot of photo etch to go. It seems to be the never-ending photo etch. Even though it looks as though we've made a bit of a dent in it, there's still quite a bit of photo etch left. If we look at this sheet, actually let me just get the card that it comes with, it'll give you a better idea. So that's how much photo etch is still left on that sheet. Some of this we won't actually use because there is a little platform just there that should go on the edge, or sorry, on the stern of the ship. But the Valiant didn't have that on there, so I'm not going to leave that. I'm not going to put that detail on there. And then we got loads of little covers that go all over the deck that need to go on, but they need to go on once the ship's been painted. And then on this one, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of photo etch on here as well. But luckily enough, most of this is quite big. These are for the ships that actually go on the boat, or the little sort of boats that go on the ship. We've still got a few little ladders to go. We've also got some mounting brackets there for the ships to go on as well. And I think the rest of that, or most of this actually, to be honest, is for the 2 cranes. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. So hopefully within the next sort of 2, maybe 3 weeks, we will have all of the photo etch completed, and then we can just move on to a bit more painting, and getting the wooden decks down too. So that's about it for the moment. I'm going to carry on and finish off the rear mast for this ship, and once that's completed I will come back to you. Managed to get the rear mast assembled now, so that's one of those teeny tiny jobs that's now finished, thank God. That's proved to be quite tricky too. So let's just take a look at it up close. There we go. So let me get my pointy stick. So we got a little ladder there now that goes down that edge there, and then I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to see this or not. I'll just see if we can turn that around slightly. hopefully you'll be able to see the little teeny tiny ladder that goes down that side of the mast as well, and then we've got the railings in there as well. So that's actually starting to look quite good. That, as far as I'm aware, is all the work that needs to be done. There's some more work that needs to be put on this part here, and there's another light that needs to go there, and another light that needs to go there as well. But that's nearly finished. I don't think there's any major photo etch work that needs to be done to this now. So let's just get that back into position, and then we can just pull out, and you can see there what the ship is actually starting to look like. Still a long way to go, but she's starting to pull together now. I'm actually quite happy that we've got all of these little fiddly bits done. It's just the large fiddly bits to do now. So as soon as I made some more progress on this, I will come back to you. Got some more work done to the forward superstructure now. If we just zoom in a little bit, we'll be able to see that. Oh, too far, come back a little bit more, that's it, there we go. So we've got the, I think that's the boom arm for the derrick, I'm not quite sure, but it's something to do with the derrick. Then we've got the 40-foot derrick arm in there as well. And then just there we've also got the photo etch railing in place. We've done exactly the same side on the other side as well. So that's looking quite good. Those bits weren't that complicated to put in. They are quite small, but luckily enough there's only one bend, and that's right in the centre to get it at the 45-degree angle. And there's only two parts that needed to go on the end there of the derrick arm. And again, they were quite simple to put on because they've just got a hole in the middle that slots right down, and you just tack it into place with a bit of glue, and that's it. Job done. So I mean, it still took a little while to do. It's not as simple as I've just explained it. There is obviously, you know, a little bit of hard work involved in that, but it's done and it's looking good. So if we just pull out a bit, the next thing that I will need to work on is on the rear superstructure. On this we've got the railing that needs to go across and down there, and it's exactly the same on the other side. We also need to get the derrick support on this side and also on the other side, and we've also got the derrick arm to get in there, and I do believe they're 40 foot as well. They're over the 40 foot or the 30 foot, I'm not sure. I need to read the instructions again. But I just need to get those in, and then hopefully that's going to be them taken care of, and a little bit more photo etch out the way. I'm just going to stop for dinner though before I start on those bits. So as soon as those bits are done, I will come back to you. I've got the some of the last few bits now finished on the rear superstructure, and I think the last bits for the photo etch on that side as well. So if we just zoom into the rear superstructure, we'll be able to see what's going on there. There you go. So as you can see there, we've got one of the derricks in place there, the 40-foot ones, and then there's also one on the other side. We've also got the photo etch railing in that goes all the way around. We've also got the derrick supports on this side and also on the other side. We've also got a funnel in on each side as well, and there's also a little small antennae that goes in. Oh, well, I think they're antennae, I'm not really too sure, but there's a couple of little rods that go in, one on each side, and then we've got the last couple of bits to go in on the top there. So that's, as I say, almost complete. It's about 95% there now. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'm gonna leave it there for this evening as well. I'm getting a bit too tired. My eyes are almost shot at the moment looking at all this photo etch. I'm also going to call it quits on this video as well, because I know it's getting a bit long. So I will catch up with you in part 5, where hopefully this will be finished, and we might also be able to get some paint on the forward superstructure as well. But we'll soon see. It depends if there's any more photo etch that needs to be done. I'm sure there is. But anyway, that's it for the moment, guys. So thanks for watching. Please do take care.